بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم أما بعد الحمد لله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. To all of the Muslims, welcome to all of the non-Muslims. May Allah continue to bless you all. I just want to say, I don't have anything planned to say, but I want to take advantage of this opportunity, like while I have everyone here, to let you know how much I appreciate you all coming out and, showing your support for me today. I admit I'm one ball of emotions today. Like, I haven't even grasped the reality of what had taken place. 26 years ago, as many of you know, a judge sentenced me to 2 consecutive life without parole sentences plus 29 years. I was 17 years old. 2 consecutive life without parole sentences plus 29 years at the age of 17. Basically, that was the other death sentence. The other death sentence. I want to talk a little bit briefly about that particular moment, what was going on inside of my mind and heart at that particular moment. I didn't care too much. I cared, but too much about how it impacted me. What I cared the most about was how it impacted my mother. And my mother, she was sitting in the courtroom this particular day. And I was on trial for death. And I knew that when you're convicted of a capital offense, the only 2 sentences that can be imposed on you are is a death sentence or mandatory life without parole. So either way, whatever sentence I came out, it would have impacted my mother in a negative way. But I was sentenced to mandatory life without parole. And the judge imposed an additional life without parole sentence on me. But before I go forward, I want you to understand the gravity of that particular sentence. A life sentence for a capital offense is different for a life sentence for any other type of offense. What it means is that even if you reach the age of 65 for geriatric release, you're not eligible to be released. But any other life sentence, you can be released at the age of 65. So, what is the importance of saying that today? I was buried alive, given a sentence that took hope away as a child. No hope of ever seeing the street again. The judge told me that I would never see the street again, that I would die in a prison cell. That I would never have the opportunity to embrace my family again. That sentence meant that I was permanently incorrigible, which means I cannot change. I cannot be rehabilitated. And as we all know, no one can say a child. Matter of fact, before I even say this, every child that's in this room that's under the age of 18, come up here now. Everybody that's under the age of 18, come up here now. Everybody in here that's under the age of 18. This is our youth. This is our future. What these type of sentences means is that these type of children, if they make a mistake, whatever the punishment that you give them, a mandatory life without parole sentences, means that they cannot change. Means that they cannot learn from their mistakes. Means that they can't be rehabilitated. Means that they can't be redeemed. Means that they're finished. Means that they have no self-worth. Look at these children. I was this age when I went into prison. Think about this. So imagine how this impacted my mother and my family, many of you all here. So fortunately, I was able to apply myself, become fully rehabilitated and redeemed, and I fought. But the first battle that I engaged in was against myself. See, the system was designed, it was fighting against me, right? When the system should have been fighting against itself. What do I mean by that? Each and every day that I woke up, I realized that my battle, first, it wasn't with anyone else, it was with myself. I would look myself in the mirror each and every day and say, Azeem, your biggest challenge is you. I woke up every single day and I found something about myself that I can change. I wanted to strive to become the best version of myself. And I done it. So fortunately, as a consequence of my changes, as many of you know, I became the first juvenile offender in Virginia. Let's back up. I had the first, it's not something that I'm proud of, the first homicide in Virginia in January of 1995. That's not something to be honorable, to be proud of. I told myself after that what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be known for something good and something great. So when I made these changes, I became the first juvenile offender in Virginia to have mandatory life without parole vacated for capital murder. Then I became the first juvenile offender in Virginia to be resentenced, pursuant to the U.S. Supreme Court's decision, Miller versus Alabama, which says that it's unconstitutional to impose mandatory life without parole sentences on juvenile offenders. And I became the first juvenile and adult offender to receive a 25-year numerical sentence for capital murder. And then I just made first parole. And I'm home now to my family. A life without parole sentence equals 600 years, so I was sentenced to 1,229 years. So I was buried deeper than 6 feet deep. I was buried 1,229 feet deep. And I fought through every single change that I made to myself, reforming myself. I made a difference. I became a better version of myself. And the situation has changed. So y'all don't have to stand anymore. Thank y'all for coming up. Give him a round of applause for coming up, y'all. I wanted to put a face to it. I'm gonna tell you why. Sometimes you gotta put a face to it to understand it. So I'm gonna say now, I made first parole and I was just released. And I'm back to my family. I love y'all.
Love you too.
Love you too.
And I'm gonna conclude with this. The pen of man is just the pen of man. We don't want to act like anybody's pen when they write something on a piece of paper that the ink have lifted, the pen is lifted and the ink that's dry. The only pen that is permanent is the pen of God. So if they write it, it can be erased.
That's right.
And we can erase the consequences of our actions if we change the deed. As I say all the time, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I'm gonna conclude with this. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If I keep doing the same old thing, if I would have came into prison doing the same old thing that I was doing before I got into prison, my situations would not have changed. Now I'm doing something different. I did something different. When my actions changed, when my thinking has changed, then the consequences were different. You can't keep me in prison. Why? Because when man writes, the pen has not lifted and caused the ink to dry. It can be erased. It can be torn up. Y'all feel me? Yeah. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So I just want to say this. It's just, I'm just happy. I'm released to my family, for real. I didn't have anything planned today. I'm just ripping from the heart right now, letting y'all know, just seeing my mom, This is beautiful. Stand up, Mom. Look.
Y'all clap it up for this lady right here.
Come here. I'm going to tell y'all, listen. I would not have made it without this woman right here. This is the only woman on the face of this planet that has never left my side since I exited her womb. I know I would not have made it without this woman. Listen, honor y'all mothers. My mom is stronger than me. I don't know how she done it. I don't know how she done it.
Yeah.
So listen, I love all of y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Listen, I've been, y'all gonna have to work with me. I'm together, but I spent 26 years in a cell. I didn't lose my mind.
Okay.
I became a better person. And I've seen many people come into prison system with less time than me and lost their mind. I witnessed them put ropes on their neck and hang themselves. I refused to give up. I told myself when I went in there that I would not allow this system to take me. I refused it because I'm a fighter. This is the cloth that I'm cut from.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Both sides of my family, we're fighters. So I love y'all, honor y'all mothers. I love you, Mom. I'm going to tell you, you're not going to regret it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the Prophet ﷺ said that paradise lies at the feet of your mother. Be kind to your mothers, honor your mothers, obey your mothers.
That's right.
Because when it's all said and done, that's who's going to have your back.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes.
Honor your mothers, love your mothers, obey your mothers. Because when it's all said and done, that's who's going to have your back. So I love y'all. I'm going to conclude. I speak Arabic. I'm Muslim. Y'all know through and through. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك واشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I love y'all. Let's have a good time.